What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. Welcome to the channel where you subscribe for daily updates on Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at the markets, see what's going on. Obviously, Bitcoin's had a huge, massive pump. Will this continue, or am I still expecting a correction? We'll take a look at it, see what's going on. Don't forget, we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice. This is not trading advice. Always do your own due diligence before investing or trading in any markets. All right, I want to remind you guys, we're doing a Kobo Vault Generation 2 hard wallet giveaway that will be on Sunday. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Take a second out, give it a thumbs up, and leave your comments below. That will get you entered to win. I'll pick a random comment from a random video throughout the week. Let's take a look at the news headlines. Bitcoin bulls are running as price spikes above 11K. Market wrap, Bitcoin blast past 10K. Ethereum fees up 550%. Bitcoin will hit 28K and correct, then hit six figures. Max Kaiser says, what's beyond Bitcoin surge? Experts have several theories. $11,000 Bitcoin just happened. What's fueling the massive pump? Almost 1 million Bitcoin is held by darknet markets, scammers, and thieves. TD9 and exchange inflows, reason for caution as Bitcoin hits 10,440. All right, that's a little older. So obviously, news is going to be extremely bullish. Everybody gets bullish when Bitcoin pumps. That's what happens. The question is, will it continue? And we're going to take a look at some areas to watch. As you guys know, I was not expecting this move up, although we had targets up here, and we'll talk about that too. Fear and Greed Index, we're at 76. We raised 22 points since yesterday. Obvious pump. All right, so let's take a look at the monthly. We were looking here at bearish divergence back here, which we had. I think that played out right here. Let's get rid of this. And let's take a look at where, whoops, didn't mean to erase that. Let me get this one out of here. Let's take a look at where we broke out here. If we look at the trend lines we have here off of these two top wicks, and if we do a measured move to where we broke out here, that would get us all the way up to around 27,000. I have some other things to look at there. Remember, the 55 EMA is at 5,400. Still definitely a possibility. If you look at the RSI here on the monthly, we could come back down and tag this line one more time. It's possible. But there is a lot steering towards continuation of the bullish move. We're going to look at everything here. Now let's look at from this wick, and let's exclude this top wick here, and we'll go from this wick. I think I drew this in yesterday's video. I drew it in pink, but I was checking it out this morning. But if we go from this wick here from 7,300 to our 2019 high to now, this tagged that exactly. A break back above that 11,450 range gets us back on top of this. Then it's probably, that's a major confirmation to me. But if we look at the RSI, also, well, let's look at the volume. The volume's still declining in the weekly, but let's take a look at the RSI. We talked about this yesterday. We could be coming all the way up to retest the top of this wedge or triangle, whichever you want to call it, in the RSI. Definitely a possibility that we get back up to this area, and that could be as high as the $16,000 range. We've talked about that in the past about the let me get the RSI out of the way. The falling broadening wedge. Obviously the EMAs are extremely bullish right now. If we take a measured move of this falling broadening wedge and to the measured move of the breakout, we've had that target of 16,000. Although I didn't think it was going to happen. I was looking for more of a correction, which we could still possibly see. So make sure you have caution here. But we will take a look at what to watch for. But as of right now, if we use the main trend line here and where we broke out, that's about a $27,000 Bitcoin. Even if we use this dotted trend line that I just showed you off of the wicks and we do break up above them, let's put a target on there. Gets us to the same thing, right around 20 $26,000. So 27,000 if this is going to have a bullish continuation. Let's take a look at the hourly. Now this is what I put here yesterday, 11,177, which was tagging this orange trend line. We did get above that. We got 11,420, but we did manage to close below this trend line here. So the question is, do we come back down and test this pink trend line here about 10,000, depending on where we would hit it? If we would come straight down today, about 10,274. If it was tomorrow, we're looking more around the 10,300. If we break below that, then we could still be looking at these lower targets, guys. But let's take a look at the lower targets before we continue on, and we'll take a look at what happens if we come up and retest the bottom of this rising channel here also. But the measured move of the fallout of this rising channel was 69. And if we use the orange trend line, the measured move of the fallout of that was about 56. And the pink trend line here, which I'm pretty much invalidating that one other than holding for support here. We'll see what happens. But the measured move of that was 43.78. Remember, we do have a CME futures gap all the way down around $3,500 range. If you guys are interested in trading, I'm going to leave a Prime XBT tutorial up top. Definitely check it out. And you can use my promo code Savy50 to get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus up to 1 Bitcoin. If you use Savy25, you get 25% off of your trading fees for a month. Also, the reason I like Prime XBT so much is you can trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, just all kinds of stuff using your Bitcoin as collateral. It's a fair exchange. They don't trade against you. Check it out if you haven't already. It's by far my favorite exchange, and let's look into it. We also have 200 EMA down here around 8,800, so that's still a possibility, and that would be coming down to retest the top of this trend line. But of course, we have to break back through the pink trend line now, which is, like I said, as of today, about 10,270. We'll see what happens. Don't forget to check out my wife's webpage, another way to help support the channel, inkyourimage.com, along with a bunch of other affiliate links down there. All the affiliate links down there are things I actually use, so I'm not just throwing affiliate links out there. Check it out. I got hard wallets and everything else down there, but you can have her put anything you want on any of these t-shirts or signs, coffee mugs, hats. It doesn't have to be just what you see. If you have a different favorite coin or project you want on there, just hit her up in the contact. She can do it up for you. And let's get into the daily. All right, so the daily, we saw that target 17 of the break of this, but as you can see, I drew that trend line in here too. Matches up perfect. Obviously, if we get back above that 10,450, we're breaking back above that trend line, which could be extremely bullish. The 10,550 area that we were watching looks like we came back down. Let's see. A little while ago here, came back and tested it for support. If that's the case, and we do break that 11,450 range, looks pretty damn bullish, guys. I also drew in this dotted trend line. Let me get that RSI out of the way. Also drew this dotted trend line here off of this low, and then all of these touches here, and we did tag that perfectly. And like I said, that's around 11,450. A break back above that. We also have resistance around 12,400, and then like I said, retesting the bottom of that rising channel. Could be 12,800 to 13,000 depending on where we would hit it. But let's keep an eye on this. I know a lot of people are talking about going back down to 9,600 because of the CME futures gap, which is a definite possibility. And what I've done here, I've changed my, as you see, these targets are a little different other than the 54 and the 77 have always been here. It was long-term support and resistance. But the 54 now lines up with the 0.786. If this was one move and we retrace all the way back down to there, that could still hit that 5,400. But of course, let's see what happens at 10,500. That could hold just like back here when we nobody thought we would cross $6,000 range. We definitely broke it. Came back with a quick wick, kind of like up here, but it was later on. But yeah, we had a huge run after that, all the way up to 13.8. So could that happen here? Definitely a possibility. Let's keep an eye on that 11,450. and 10,500. If we break 10,500, the Fibonacci retracement from this swing high low to this swing high up here, 0.236, also 9,600, which is a CME gap, but that is our 2.236 fib. If that was to break, our $8,500 line is also our 0.382 fib now. And then we have the 0.5 fib at 77. So all these targets are lining up now with actual fibs. 6750 is the 0.618, and 0.65 is 65, about 6,500. So between 65 and 6,700 is the golden pocket zone. If we did break down there and that does not hold, we could be looking at the $5,400 Bitcoin, which is at 0.786. And of course, the CME futures gap at 3,500. As you can see, when I redrew the trend line off of here, we're still inside here. So that 3,500 would match up with this bottom right here. Again, guys, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying we need to be very cautious in this area. I know everybody's extremely bullish. And as you guys know, I am a bear. And when I start to feel bullish, that's usually when the market turns. But let's see what happens. Like I said, as of right now, in this area is a big deal. We're also going to look at a couple more things here in a second. The volume on the daily here obviously had a breakout. It still has not got over the volume we had back here, though. So let's see what happens. We still have all day. Let's look at the RSI. So the RSI, we have broken up above this. Could that have been a bull trap and come down? We'll see what happens here. Definitely looks like it needs some correction, even in the RSI. So keep that in mind. And we had, again, the 10,000, or this target here yesterday, 11,250, which obviously we broke above that, 11,420, give or take. We have came back down. Looks like we're trying to retest the 10,500. If that breaks, we already talked about that. Next stop would be probably around the 96. And then we do have this bottom trend line here. If we look at this as a rising channel, and we do come back down and break through the bottom, and as of right now, if we did this in the next couple days, about 9,300, a break of that, and then our next support, I'll go ahead and put a target there. That's an area to watch if we do get down there, because if we break this, then we are most likely headed down to probably around the $8,500 range, and retesting the top of this falling channel here. Also, the rising channel, like I said, we do have that measured move around the 69, but that goes, even if it did come down to the 69 and bounce quick, that would be, they could front run the golden pocket zone, being everybody would wait to buy there. Just a possibility. Let's look at the RSI here. And looking at the RSI, we had this rising broadening wedge, which we still are within. If we do break this, which would probably be breaking that 10.5 area, or somewhere in that area, then we could be coming back down to retest the bottom of this rising channel here. But again, guys, keep an eye on that 10.5, and then after that 9.6. Yeah, same thing in the hourly. Just looking at what we got here, we do have this old resistance here at 94.50. Actually, it's about 9,500. Yeah, breaking the 10.5 could get us, definitely could get us down to the 95 to 9,600. The 55 EMA on the hourly as of right now is at 10,475. 200 EMA is around 98.70. Let's look at the RSI. We do seem to be in a rising channel here. Break of that rising channel would probably be a break of that 10.5 and then headed down to test these lower supports. All right, we're going to go into the 15-minute. I usually don't do this, but I was watching this morning. And as you can see, we are getting rejected on this bottom trend line here. A break of that, which as of right now is 10.9, then we're most likely going to head back up above the $11,000 range. Take a measured move of this descending triangle, falling wedge. I guess you could look at it either way. The break of that, if we do not get back above this trend line around the 10,900, we have the 200 EMA on the 15-minute at 10,500. If that was to break, my target there is around 10,242. We'll see what happens. If we look at the RSI, we're also the same thing. I drew those trend lines in here. Get this down. We have broken down below it and getting resistance right now, right here, same place we are in the price action. Keep an eye on that. But again, another break above the $11,900 or $10,900 range. We're most likely going to continue up from here at that point. Let me clone this line real quick just to see if anything lines up here. Not so much. But let's just put it in here for just checking it out. We did break back above this trend line here. Let me put it down here. And if that's the case, we're probably going up to test the 11,250 range. But again, watch this 11.9. It may have broke or held as resistance by the time you guys watch this video. But as you can see, the RSIs right now are flipping a little bullish here. So let's see what happens. If we can get back up to that 11K, then we're looking good. But again, be cautious, guys. There is still a huge possibility of a quick major correction, which would shake out a lot of weak hands. So just keep that in mind. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click CryptoSavy logo above my head to get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. And make sure you select all after you do that. And yeah, smash the likes, guys. Leave your comments for your chance to win the Kobo Vault Generation 2 hard wallet. And have a great day. I'm out.